Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about inaction and how that is still taking action and how there's a hidden cost behind inaction and how to force yourself into action. So there's a cost of inaction, and this was me before. Just look at this sorry excuse for a man. But there's a cost to inaction, and a lot of people want to get better in life and they want to progress, so they normally ask these questions. Should I start a side hustle? Should I start going to the gym? Should I eat more healthy? And whenever people ask these questions, they tend to look at it from a cost perspective. They tend to look at only at the money, time, and effort of pursuing these actions. They usually get to the conclusion that they're not going to go after these things, and now we're going to see why. Obviously, needless to say, this is the worst way to face a challenge and to try to get better to is to look at the time you're going to dedicate to it and think that it's not worth it. It's not the way to go about it. But it does seem sensible because most businesses fail. So why would I start a side hustle? 90% or something of diets fail, and I could never stick to a nutrition or exercise routine. So why even try it to be unsuccessful and go back to square one? So staying the course does seem like the sensible option and obviously the perceived best option because you're going to go through all this work to get back to where you are now. Might as well not work and still be there because it was a lot of time wasted. But this is just an example. If you're at your job and you see that there's little to no career progression opportunities, and if you look at your boss, which by all accounts is, if you keep going this path, and you do everything correctly and you show up on time and you leave after the working time is over and everything, you do everything right, by all accounts this is when you're going to end up in your boss's shoes. And if you look at this guy and you think his life is depressing, maybe his marriage is not good because he spends too much time at work, or he doesn't even enjoy the job he does, he's kind of like tied up to it because he needs to pay for his kids school and whatnot. If you think his life is depressing, something here is wrong because that's where you're going. If you keep going about it like not actually thinking about where you're going, just taking it by day and just going with the flow. So you probably see where I'm going with this. There is a hidden cost to inaction, and it's usually much higher than the investment towards chasing your goals. And this is a change in mindset that you have to do. It's not costly to go to the gym because you need to pay for the subscription and spend time there, unless you're maybe like a millionaire, which your time is very valuable. But usually it's not because you're gonna get old and you're gonna get unhealthy. You're gonna lose longevity. You're gonna be way worse off if you don't exercise. Something is better than nothing. Let's take an example here. Imagine you don't exercise or adhere to good nutrition. Throughout the years, you'll put on some weight, then you'll get fat. Being fat depletes your self-confidence and you're less attractive, so you're going to get fewer attractive sex partners, which means you're going to get fewer and worse relationships, which will deplete your self-confidence again, and then you're going to get left by a 5 woman, which is worse, more depleted self-confidence. You end up marrying some crusty woman out of pure desperation, and then you, on top of that, you're getting treated like a plow horse. A plow horse is basically those horses that pull the carts for agriculture. Basically, it means like you'll be a task dummy. Go get the kids, go wash the car, go take care of the yard, go take my mom to the hospital. And a lot of men put themselves in this situation slowly but surely. And because there's always this underlying threat that if you don't do it, the sex will stop. And a lot of times they're in sexless marriages as well. What the important thing here is that this should really scare you. I know it does scare me. It scares me to death, actually. And this is a downward spiral, and it's only from a sex and relationship perspective with fitness. So it's very niche, and still your life sucks if you end up in this place. So this is just not investing in one of the buckets and only from one perspective. So, in like I was saying before, never mind all the longevity, health, respect from peers and family, which we all crave. The respect, but the longevity and health is also pretty good to have so you can see your grandchildren grow up and be healthy and be there for your kids, all that good stuff. And now I want you to think about it using retrospective hypothetical. Retrospective hypothetical is basically imagining yourself 10 years in the future. And here we're trying to to tap into loss aversion, which is a cognitive bias whereby people are more afraid of losing than they are of winning. Then they are more afraid of losing than they are excited about winning. So if I give you the choice of, I'll give you $100, 50% chance, I'll give you $100, 50% chance, I'll take $100 from you. People will not take that bet, even though then like the net present value is zero. Because so even if I were to take 90 and give you 100, most people would not take it, and this is loss aversion. So looking 10 years into the future, and you just pretend that you are sticking to inaction, staying on the beaten path, just mindlessly going through life as you would, not going to the gym, not trying to get better, just doing like some bullshit job that you probably don't enjoy. Obviously, if you love your job and you're going somewhere and your life looks like it's going to be good in 10 years, I'm not saying go ahead and quit. But are you happy with this prospective future? If you stay in the current path, inputting the same amount of work and effort towards the same goals, in all likelihood, the answer is going to be no. It's going to be no for most people. So you got to start taking steps to change it. And only you'll know the steps to take it. If you're fat, obviously you need to lose weight. If you're broke, obviously you need to make more money, whether that's getting a better job or maybe creating something for yourself. You know what problems you have just by looking at your life. But definitely if you're fat, lose weight. Definitely if you're broke, get some way to make a little bit more money to make life easier. And this was a short one from me today, guys. So let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.